Have you ever wondered why some days you feel really steady and then other days even the smallest thing sets you off? Maybe your heart races, your brain gets really foggy, or you find yourself wired at night when all you want is some quality sleep. What often gets missed is that your stress response doesn't just depend on mindset or willpower. It depends on nutrition. The food you eat, the way your blood sugar rises and falls, all of these things play a major role in whether your body feels safe or overwhelmed. And that's what we're diving into today. Food is more than just fuel. It is information for your body. Every single meal that you eat sends signals that either calm your nervous system or trigger stress hormones. And when you start to skip meals, you lean too much on caffeine, or you grab sugary foods for quick energy, your brain interprets that as danger. Cortisol and adrenaline surge to keep you going, but the trade-off is that you feel wired, anxious, and irritable. But when your meals are balanced, with proteins, healthy fats, and fiber, your body gets the message, we have resources, we are safe. And that's when your parasympathetic system, the rest, digest, and heal mode, has a chance to activate. So if you've tried meditation, breath work, or even therapy, but you still feel like your nervous system won't settle, you are not failing. You may just be missing this foundational piece, which is nutrition. One of the biggest nutrition-related triggers for your stress response is blood sugar swings. Now, think about it like this. Have you ever felt shaky, dizzy, or panicky a couple of hours after eating something sweet? That crash is your brain reacting to a drop in glucose. It's trying to protect you. And your body in turn releases adrenaline and cortisol. And that's why your heart races, your mood shifts, or you wake up at 2 a.m. with your mind spinning. Your biology is desperately trying to keep you alive, but the good news is that you can train your nervous system to feel steadier by stabilizing your blood sugar throughout the day. So let's talk about some simple strategies that you can start with. Anchoring every meal with protein, fat, and fiber. This is going to help slow down digestion and prevent big blood sugar spikes and even the crashes. Also, eating within an hour of waking. Skipping breakfast forces your body to run on stress hormones first thing in the morning. We also want to swap refined carbs for whole food carbs when we can. So sweet potatoes, oats, quinoa, brown rice, pair these things with proteins. And then balanced snacks. So instead of just eating fruit alone or some other naked carb, pair it with nuts or nut butter or maybe a boiled egg to avoid a sharp spike and drop in glucose. So when your blood sugar stays stable, your body doesn't have to work as hard, right? It doesn't need to pump out these emergency hormones because there's no emergency. And that means that your nervous system is finally getting a chance to settle into a more peaceful state. So if you've been battling anxiety, irritability, or restless nights, it may not be all in your head. It could be blood sugar that is telling your brain that it is in danger. So once your blood sugar is steady, the next step is to make sure that your body has the raw materials that it needs in order to regulate stress. So there are certain nutrients that like to act as anchors for your nervous system. And when those anchors are missing, it's easier to tip into that anxiety or that fatigue or irritability and even that wired but tired feeling. So let's talk about a few of the most important ones. Let's start with magnesium. So magnesium is like nature's chill pill. It calms those excitatory signals in your nervous system, it relaxes tight muscles, and helps you sleep more deeply. So when you don't have enough, you may notice restless legs, jaws clenching, or even have trouble winding down at night. And you can find magnesium naturally in things like leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, almonds, avocados, and even dark chocolate. B vitamins. Oh my goodness, these are the behind the scenes crew that keep your stress system running smoothly. So your B vitamins actually help you to convert food into usable energy, okay? That means you will have a lot of fatigue if you are not getting enough B vitamins. They also help to support your adrenal glands, and they help make neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, which help you to feel more calm and steady. So low B vitamins can look like brain fog, mood swings, difficulty focusing, and some food sources can include things like eggs, salmon, legumes, and even grass-fed meats. Now, omega-3 fatty acids are great for calming inflammation. And when we think about chronic stress drives inflammation, right? Which fuels fatigue, fuels the brain fog and the irritability. And omega-3 fats are very powerful anti-inflammatories that are also protecting your brain health and stabilizing your mood. So think salmons, sardines, chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts, and even supplements if you are not getting enough in your diet. Vitamin C is really great for cortisol and immune support too. So vitamin C is stored in your adrenal glands, and these are the organs that pump out cortisol, your stress hormone, your primary stress hormone. So when you are under stress, you need that vitamin C, right? You need more of it because you're pumping out more cortisol. And without enough, your cortisol response becomes harder to regulate. So you'll find vitamin C in things like citrus, in bell peppers, broccoli, berries, and I think it's personally great to pair with quercetin supplements. So if you've been feeling like your body is running on empty, no matter how much you rest, it may not just be exhaustion. It could be these missing nutrients. So maybe you're underfueled at the cellular level. Now, let's talk about where absorption happens. In your gut. Now, the gut and the nervous system are in constant conversation through something called the gut-brain axis. So when digestion is off, your body not only misses key nutrients, but it also receives distress signals that keep your stress response revved up. So here are some ways that stress can disrupt your gut health. Firstly, low stomach acid and enzymes. So when stress is high, digestion slows down. This usually means that you're getting backed up, you're constipated, food isn't breaking down properly, and ultimately you are getting fewer nutrients back into your bloodstream to fuel your body with energy. And then we have an imbalanced microbiome. So too much of the wrong bacteria can amplify things like anxiety, fatigue, and even inflammation. And also think about food sensitivities and if you have MCAS. These can trigger immune responses that overwhelm your nervous system even more. So remember, that gut-brain axis is a two-way street. Stress disrupts the gut, and a struggling gut keeps the stress response on edge. But when you begin to support your digestion, you're eating the balanced meals, you're eating mindfully, and sometimes even doing short elimination resets if necessary, your nervous system has one less alarm bell to respond to. So what does this look like in everyday life? Let's take all the science and translate it into simple, doable steps that you can start today. So balance every plate. Think of your meals as a mix of protein, healthy fats, fiber, and colorful produce. Each one is working together to keep your blood sugar steady and your nervous system grounded. We also want to hydrate consistently. Even mild dehydration can raise your cortisol and leave you dragging, so try to keep some water nearby throughout your day. We also want to reduce stimulants. So caffeine and refined sugar both stress your hormones. So try cutting back gradually and notice if you are able to sleep more, if your anxiety improves, if your overall mood improves, and let us know in the comments below. Also try experimenting with removing irritants. So for someone who has a sensitive system, gluten, soy, and corn can inflame the gut and keep your body in survival mode. So temporarily stepping back from these foods can give your nervous system a much needed reset. And if you want instructions on how to do a proper elimination diet, how to remove these foods, figure out which ones you're sensitive to, check out our website and go to our gut health reset, which will be linked at the top. We walk you through step by step for 9 weeks straight. Next, we want to think about keeping a food and symptom journal. So this is one of the best ways that you can connect the dots between what you're eating and how you feel. So are you feeling calm and relaxed, or are you feeling chaotic? Are you thinking clearly, or is there a lot of brain fog and a lot of lag? Are you feeling really steady and grounded, or are you shaky? We also want to consider snacking wisely. So a handful of pumpkin seeds, almonds, or even a square of dark chocolate that gives you that magnesium but also protein can help to buffer stress. So these are some gentle but very powerful ways to remind your body that you are safe, you are nourished, and to improve how well your body is processing all of these nutrients. So if you've been beating yourself up for feeling anxious or feeling fatigued, understand that this could very well be that you are running on a system that hasn't been given the fuel or the stability that it needs. And of course, nutrition is just one piece of the stress puzzle. So to fully stabilize your nervous system, you need a path that integrates food, sleep, emotional processing, and body-based regulation. And that is what we do in our nervous system coaching, where we do our one-on-one sessions. We give you a step-by-step protocol to follow that shows you how to move from that survival mode into safety, into clarity, into resilience, into getting your life back. So inside, you get to learn how to use nutrition to anchor your stress response, but also get the tools to calm your body in real time, retrain your stress patterns, and build back steady energy. So if you've been stuck in the cycle of tired but wired and you're ready for more than short-term fixes, find the links below in the show notes and check out our sessions. Thanks for spending time with me at Bloomin' Well. Remember, your symptoms aren't a life sentence. They're signals that your body is asking you to slow down, feel safe, and heal. If today's episode spoke to you, make sure to follow the podcast and share it with someone who needs this message too. And if you're ready for deeper support, come join us in the Garden, which is our free community on Discord. You'll find workshops, live tendon talks, office hours, and a safe space to heal alongside women who truly get it. Until next time, keep bloomin' well.